right, hello again, everybody. It is Russ here with another one. So, okay, I suppose yeah, today it's gonna just be another Gorlic bread review, right? Um, yeah. Uh, let's see. There's more stuff about Foodie Beauty. Let's see. Over 3 hour stream recapped in just over 11 minutes and already uploaded. This, along with hours of live reactions and content, less than 20 cents a day. I booked my ticket to Canada, but I have bad news, I think. Recap. Um, Imagine you can't afford to take yourself home, then call other people losers. I'd rather work for free than to set up two separate platforms for donations that get taken down in less than a day. Foodie Beauty. Some losers reported that GoFundMe, so hold off on donations until we appeal and answer their questions. You people reporting are so fucking pathetic and have no lives whatsoever, LMAO. Foodie Beauty 12 hours ago. Hi, had someone. Oh, Pete's. Oh, great. In Canada, set up a GoFundMe to get back to Canada. If you want to donate, please do so here. All comments are turned off, by the way. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, 52,000 views. Congratulations to him for that. 52K. Can't thank you all enough for hitting that like button and getting me all those recommended views. Yeah, you're only getting up there because of Chantal. You're only getting up there because of Foodie Beauty. That's it. That's the only reason that you're getting up there. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Chantal claims she nearly witnessed an abduction. Julia seems to be sick and may be left in Syria. All right, let's see. What is this?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Chantal has been live for quite a while. I will be doing a full recap of this stream over at gorlicbread.com, but one of the great things about just having my opinion pieces here is that I don't have to wait for the stream to be over.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, though, not have to watch what probably will be 3 hours, if not more, of her live stream and have it truncated in as an estimate.
I booked my ticket to Canada, but I have bad news. I think yes, 3 hours. What is she recently? What else has she recently been doing? Let's see. Um. Okay, yeah, Yaba's streaming about it right now. Corn-fed Foodie the Beauty barbecue chillin'. I feel so awful. Oh, she actually is live right now. But ain't gonna be. I'm not going to be doing anything when it comes to her. Let's see. What will happen now? Hang on. Trying to see something. Uh, has she said anything else um about when she was in Syria or no? Okay, so she's apparently staying with Salah now. All right, Foodie makes excuses, apologizes to Sal. Okay, all right, all right. Here we go.
Less than 10 minutes. Best place to do that, gorlicbread.com. There's three key things that I want to talk about, though, regarding the stream.
Mm-hmm.
The first of which is something that just happened during the stream.
Which is
Chantal is recalling a story about a child who is nearly taken. The child was outside playing. According to Chantal, an adult approached and asked why they were playing alone. The child responded that was none of their business, none of which seems to follow the guidelines of respect that Syria usually has. But according to Chantal, the adult then lifted the child up and attempted to run away with said child, at which point, thankfully, if this story is to be believed, the child began making enough noise where it drew the attention of surrounding individuals, and this was all thwarted. Chantal said this story very casually, almost in a jolly way, to the point her
Okay.
chat even asked, "Why do you sound happy when talking about this?" More so if it happened right outside your door.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, so she says what? She says she witnessed an abduction. Who is it that was abducted? Who was abducted?
One of the other things that is very noticeable in this stream is that
I would notify. Yeah, I would notify the police about this.
Chantal has a lot of food to eat.
Did she tell the police that she witnessed an abduction? Because if not, they need to know about that.
Despite
You don't need to be telling the internet stuff like this, okay? If you witness somebody being abducted, kidnapped, whatever, you know what you do? You call the police. That's what you do. You call the police and you don't think twice about calling the police.
coming online and saying she's starving, she's dug through all the chips. She has ate the chips that Salah had selected for himself, and she says that that is his punishment for extending the vacation an additional day. So we went from, I don't have enough food here, I don't know how I'm going to continue for another day, to I'm going to intentionally eat all of Salah's snacks because that's what he gets for extending his vacation. And we wonder why. She talks at length about how this relationship is no longer healthy for either one of them.
Okay.
But in closing, we are going to talk about the situation with Julia. Now, all of this is predicated by Chantal coming online and saying she has taken advantage of a late flight, which was inexpensive, the end of October. And just to go ahead and inside baseball, hopefully I will have my monetization back shortly after that flight. We'll go ahead, cross our fingers. But having said that, Chantal begins to get into this very long narration about bringing Julia back to Canada. Now, at first, she says she's looked into this. As the chat questions
Now,
her, we realize
I have questions here. The main question that I do have, okay, is because I don't know, obviously. Who the fuck is Julia? I have no idea who. Oh, the cat. Oh my gosh, yeah, the cat. Excuse me. See, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I think that yeah, Julia is Chantal's new cat. Chantal has had more than one pet, more than one cat. The main cat, which she neglected, as everybody knows, is BBJ. Right? Everybody knows what she did to BBJ.
that perhaps she really hasn't. She doesn't know the amounts that are going to be needed for this to take place. She doesn't know where Julia would be kept during the flight. But prior to all of this, she talked about, oh, Julia needs to be sedated, all of these things. She claims that Julia is this purebred Persian cat based on her nose, and that's going to create all these risks. And perhaps Julia, as a purebred, may not even be allowed to travel because she would be protected. Keep in mind, we don't even know that Julia is a purebred. She has no paperwork from what we've heard. So all of this is just what I'll define as mindless speculation. Talking just to talk. That said, during this, one of the Beezers sends Chantal a link about rehoming pets internationally. How it would be covered, how this is in part their business. They've done this before. Chantal, of course, very leery by her own admission, given what's happened in the past. But it seems like there was kind of a groundswell of people willing to pay for this.
Okay, and
Chantal
why do you think that
kind
is?
of goes down this path of,
why do you think that is? Why do you think that there was a groundswell of people willing to pay for this? I mean, look, like, regardless of what she does, she's going to have supporters, okay? Everybody already knows this. This is a cold, hard fact. unless somebody does something that is really, 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 really out there in the eyes of the public, and they end up losing everything, they're still going to have support. Okay? They're still going to have support. That's just the way things are.
What happened if she didn't take Julia, and how she might not even want to take Julia because Julia and Salah have this bond.
Uh-huh.
She talks about how when Salah traveled with Julia before, he put down pads. Julia would use the bathroom on the pads. It was not a problem. But now
Okay.
this is going to be a massive 32-hour flight, and she thinks all of this is going to be very different, very strenuous.
Uh-huh.
All of this is kind of building to her leaving this animal yet again. There is a trail of forgotten pets in her wake. She, as we've discussed constantly, uses pets as props. And during this discussion, she goes, oh, I may go back. I may get Smokey again. Smokey, the cat she had for the week she was in Canada, which we also conveniently learn while she was in this massive rush to leave, she slips and says the landlord's daughter was talking with Salah. So now there's a little bit more than all of a sudden she had to go back, her security deposit, I have to get rid of Smokey, I have to rehome the pet I just took in, I have to disregard all the things that my family just bought me, because now Salah had maybe someone else of interest, and that is what piqued Chantal's curiosity enough to fly back immediately. The last part of this is that Julia may be currently sick. And I say that because we know Chantal had said prior to leaving, she was just going to leave, bowls of water strategically placed around the home, mountains of cat food so that Julia would have no issues. And tonight, jokes aside, apparently Julia defecated on Chantal's bed.
Oh, no.
She cleaned it using Beezer spray, did not take the comforter off, plans to sleep on it, and said that Julia had covered it in Salah's sock. Of course, during all of this, she makes fun of Julia for having, a stinky bum and how oily this was. If you have a cat, if you have a dog, if you have any pet that has an oily issue when they go to the bathroom, if you've just left this animal with a surplus amount of food, if this animal is using the bathroom in areas that it should not or normally does not go to the bathroom, there should be some level of concern. Chantal has none of these concerns. She almost thinks this is cute. She presumes that this is Julia paying her back for talking about leaving or talking about flying with her, as if the cat is aware of what is being stated, which is flat out illogical. The cat would not be listening to the live stream and say, oh, Chantal is going to fly with me back to Canada, or oh, I may be staying here with Salah. Let me go poo on the bed and drag his sock through it. That'll show her. The fact that she doesn't really, truly care about anything but herself is evident in this stream. She has an obsession with calling herself a cougar. She has an asphyxiation with going over how young Salah was when they first started talking that genuinely is creepy. And she does all of that to set up how Salah in these 3 years has changed, and his family is now pressuring him to apparently be a man, which he wasn't willing to be with Chantal. I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video.
Oh, yeah, Chris, my grid. She works with a rescue vet who rescues pets from Mideast. They just bring pet home, not adopt out. Yeah, what are you leaving us with now?
I'll have the recap up on the website.
Okay, do you look like you're malnourished? Dr. Now, my 600-pound life. Oh, yes, my 600-pound life. Yeah, speaking of my 600-pound life, for those of you who don't know, Deity was big on reviewing that, right? That was one of the things that Deity used to go over quite a bit. Quite a bit. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say today. Um, and yeah, another real great, another real laugh riot, Gorlic. Another real laugh riot. Um, and yep, have another great rest of your day, folks. I will see you when I see you. Bye.